Hey guys, on here. Welcome back for episode 2 of Ahsoka. The last episode I thought set the stage nicely for the little bit of the start to this adventure we're going to be going on, bringing the crew back together. And like I said in the previous video, it really did feel more like an episode 1 of a Rebels season 5 just in live action. And I'm curious to see what Ahsoka's journey and trajectory is going to be through these upcoming episodes. And again, exploring more of the history that we've missed out on after all this time, not just for our main characters though, but also for our antagonists as well. And I just can't wait to dive into the ins and outs of all these little nuggets and mysteries, man. Guys, let's go ahead and hop into episode 2. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gives you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you just need to sync up your own footage with the time codes of reaction the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage to try to make it worth your while since you are going to support the channel. But guys, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy the reaction to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 2. Here we go.
This isn't just about finding Ezra. It's about preventing another war.
You've been looking for this. That's too bad.
Sabine.
The droids. They took the map.
Relax.
You don't understand. I unlocked it. There were 2 galaxies, and then a pathway appeared between them.
Where did the path in our galaxy begin?
They took the map before I could decipher it.
Oh, great.
Get some rest.
Wait! You need my help.
You've done enough.
Come on. Who could have planned for that? Hope that was a you've done enough, as in like rest. You've done enough, and not like a you done enough. I'll be honest, I couldn't tell which it was. What is this?
Contact Morgan. Tell her I believe we have located the reflex point on Cetos.
And Ray Stevenson really does have like an air about him. Damn. Part 2, Toil and Trouble. Oh, I like that. Especially after the reveal about Morgan Elsbeth. Has Ahsoka always been able to use the Force psychometry? I honestly, I don't remember. At least to this extent. I'll tell you, Cal Kestis would be able to pop in here and he'd just be able to look at the map. I'm sorry. What is that? Oh. Wow, one of them stayed behind.
I was hoping you were still here.
That Loth cat, man.
If you get the power levels right, you can recover the droid's memory.
And find out where it came from. Very clever.
So what happens if you get the power levels wrong? The head will explode.
Explode.
Calm your circuits. Can pull the plug before it gets to that.
Perhaps we should perform this operation somewhere else.
I say go for it.
Because you're a hologram.
He's got a point.
The circuit temperature is rising.
Encrypted. I need a minute.
Sure, we have a minute.
It's overheating. Switch it off.
This is Sabine we were talking about right here. Let her do her thing.
I'm pulling the plug.
Oh, wait.
She got it. It's okay. Got it before you turned it off. Come on. Come on. Come on.
This droid came here from Corellia.
Okay. All right, we got it.
The New Republic shipyard?
Well, kind of every Republic shipyard. That's kind of all Corellia is good for.
You did good. Tell that to her. I do. But she's not the one who needs to hear it right now. I haven't seen her in years, and the first thing I do goes sideways.
How many? How many years?
This place was not built by the Jedi. Whose work is it?
Who do you think?
An ancient people from a distant galaxy.
Oh, never mind.
That is our destination.
Is that the Milky Way?
While Grand Admiral Thrawn is banished.
He's on Earth.
The pathway to Peridia.
Some call it that.
The children of the Jedi Temple call it that. It comes from old stories. Fairy tales.
Tales which are based on truths.
Peridia.
You're certain of this?
Thrawn calls to me. Across time and space. The threads of fate do not lie.
I like that whole sequence, man.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
For some, war. For others, a new beginning.
And for us?
Power. Such as you'd never dreamed. Go to Corellia. Assist Marok with the final transport.
Damn, man. It's so many questions. Ah, that's what keeps me going, man. It's what keeps me going. That looks a little familiar.
We'd appreciate a look at her former facilities and operations.
Well, I am quite busy at the moment.
I could make this a more formal inspection if you'd like.
Ah! That little bastard.
Looks like connecting with Sabine paid off until she lost the map. At least she unlocked it. Which doesn't do us a lot of good if we don't have it. She got us here. What are you getting at?
You're being a little harsh.
I was wondering if you would consider bringing her back on as your apprentice. She's not ready. I'm curious. What makes someone ready?
You just know. So do they.
I heard your repairs were complete. I see you still have your lightsaber.
Ezra's lightsaber.
True, he constructed it, and by all accounts it served him well. Then he passed it on to you. You have since made your own modifications, so it is now your lightsaber.
For all the good it did me.
Have you kept up with your training?
Obviously not.
Well, there it is.
I can't train if Ahsoka doesn't want to teach me.
That is an excuse, and a poor one.
Hey. She quit on me.
The past is the past. Move forward.
She doesn't want me back. She wasn't even thinking about me.
To be fair, you have never indicated that you want to come back.
Forgot how annoying you are.
Logical.
I never had the talent, the abilities. Not like Ezra.
That much is true.
Thanks.
I have known many Padawans over the centuries, and I can safely say your aptitude for the Force would fall short of them all.
I won't waste any more of her time.
The only time you are wasting is your own.
I think there's still value to be had in the ideals and the philosophies when instructed properly, regardless of Force affinity. It can still do good.
This facility has produced 9 of these new models.
The New Republic Defense Fleet isn't building anything that big. What class of starship are they for?
Let's see.
Little sus.
Oh, there it is. Classified.
Yup.
I'm a general. Nothing's classified to me.
I'm sorry. I cannot unseal the document without authorization.
Well, then I'm authorizing it.
Oh, I'm not sure you can.
Want to bet? What other types of droids do you have in operation here?
CCLs, IW-37s, HV-7s, and other load lifters.
No HK class?
Assassin droid. I should think not.
I would hope not.
I have seen such a droid. I catalog inventory on arriving transports.
Uh-oh.
An HK-class droid recently prevented me from completing this task. The droid carried a high-level security clearance. I could not object.
Where is this droid now?
I believe it is departing on that transport.
Stop that ship.
I can't do that, General. They've been cleared for departure.
Oh! Wow.
Get the him. Right.
Holy shit, that was mildly unexpected that it would escalate that much. Like, definitely things were shifty. Oh shit. Dude, he looks like a knight. Like a Elden Ring knight or some shit. I know a fair amount of people like presume that to be Ezra. I'm not caving into it just yet, but it is a possibility.
CT-05, return to port.
Uh-oh.
Keep your lid on, Chop.
All right, now it's just you. Always get you a saber that can do both.
Can't just shoot it down, it would crash into the port city. Just ready a tracking device. No, I did not go through your stuff. Great.
Is it weird that I can actually kind of understand him?
Clear the atmosphere.
I don't feel like I ever did before, except without context clues. Dude, I seriously love his helmet. Damn. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Now, Chop.
Nice.
Good work, Chop. You got him.
Let's go, man. Yo.
I'm ready.
Take us out. Padawan.
Aw. Alright. What we got here? Oh, okay.
Soon the Eye of Sion will be complete, and we shall deliver Grand Admiral
Eye of
Thrawn from his
Sion.
exile on the Far Galaxy.
How are we spelling that, by the way? I didn't think about that before.
Nothing can prevent our journey.
To kill her would be a shame.
Oh,
There's so few Jedi left.
doesn't want to.
Sentimental.
Truth.
Whichever. The Eye of Sion. Like Darth Sion? Maybe? Don't know. Curious? Possible? Okay. I was just looking to see how that one person's name was spelled, the Inquisitor. Marrok. My only thing that hangs me up on not wanting to go wholeheartedly into the Ezra portion of it is they're searching for Thrawn. Like they're trying to get to Thrawn to access some sort of power, whether that be Thrawn's power or something else unknown, maybe where that more has to do with where Thrawn is more than Thrawn himself. So if Ezra is off with Thrawn, why would Ezra be with them here as a third-party group that is unsure where Thrawn is? That's just kind of all I'm at with this right now, with the whole, that character being Ezra thing. But I don't know. I would still like it to be, because that'd be pretty interesting to see him like swayed, because there's always been that push and pull, that whatever. And years have passed, and who knows what's going on. We don't really know the whys, the ins and outs of what Baylan and Shin are doing this for, but Morok seems to be with them in this gold quest, whatever, this shaky alliance that they kind of have right now with her, and this crafting of the Eye of Sion. I guess I could go back and put the subtitles on, which I'll probably do that later, but you guys can fill me in on that. I don't like to, just for the reactions, I don't like to watch it with the subtitles up. Even though I know it can clarify a few things here and there, sometimes it can end up accidentally spoiling certain things. I've had that happen with subtitles before, but yeah, I'm curious about that. Because every time I hear that, especially in Star Wars, I was just like, Darth Sion? Because I'm always looking for more KOTOR stuff to end up being canon. Revan's canon. I don't know if we've had any mention of Sion as of yet, but I'm curious to see how this all fits together. Because what that ring looks like, it looks like the little cruiser thing, like a massive version of the hyperspace attachment that you would have on the Jedi starships that they would sync up with, and then it would give them hyperspace capabilities. This seems like just a massive one, an array. The whole thing may just be a station itself and might not need something to dock into it. But that was kind of my thinking. Is this like a Star Destroyer dock? But why would they need that? Those things have hyperdrives anyway. Why do they need so many hyperdrives for this one thing? Maybe it's to make that large of a jump, or something about this journey requires it as such. Because they were talking about, even for the class of ships that the New Republic has, none of them would require a hyperdrive that big. But it was interesting too, the scene where we're diving into more of the remnants in a sort of way, in a different aspect. Like to the ground workers, the people in these factories and all that and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's maybe not loyalty to the Empire or anything, except for the guys in the bridge there who's like, for the Empire! They got jumped in there when that was happening, but it was the droid that came clean in it all. It was like, yeah, there was an HA droid here not too long ago. They had high level clearance, meaning there are people here in the lairs, like this guy said. There's ex-Imperials all throughout the hierarchy in this area and all that. And it's just, again, it's interesting because, like, she was like, nothing should be beyond my clearance. What is this? So, like, how far does it go? We don't know. I don't know. I like all that kind of stuff. We've been diving in and out of that and dabbling with it in The Mandalorian, seeing that kind of here in a different kind of cross-section on Corellia was really nicely done. I like seeing the shipyards and just kind of the ins and outs. I don't know. I really like the whole pacing of this, the whole like personal struggle between Ahsoka and what she's dealing with her own kind of like, I don't know, maybe self-perceived failures or insecurities or shortcomings, whether it be with her as a master or Sabine as an apprentice. And they're not really kind of reconciling with what those problems were at the time, on either end of the spectrum for either of them. I like how Huyang was like, you also didn't make an effort. It's like, did she even care for me? Did she even want to come for me? It's like, yeah, but did you ever make it insinuate that you wanted her to? Like, it's a two-way street, and they've both been messing up. And I think that's something they both need to recognize. And the other side, you have Huyang here speaking some sense into Sabine, while on the other side of it, you have Hera kind of doing both. Like, she talked to Sabine earlier on, she's talked to Ahsoka here, and they're just trying to mend this relationship. Because they both had a rough, swing of things and in their many years during all this turmoil that has made them very, not lone wolfy, but like definitely Ahsoka's had that problem. I think that's definitely something that's instilled into her from Anakin's rough training. He never even wanted a Padawan to begin with. That was a very reluctant thing for him to adapt to. So they, again, like I talked about before, they ended up having a very non-traditional relationship and dynamic as Padawan and Master. So like at the end of the day, we're seeing that kind of rub off here. And maybe they never quite found that connection that the war forced Ahsoka and Anakin into to grow past that. But then again, like you said, they had the fallout with the Jedi and everything. They kind of shoved that wedge in there, and it never quite mended until Anakin fell. That rift expanded from that point. But those connections are ever still there. And I like that there's, on top of that, there's this connection that even the Baylan still kind of has. It's like, it's the truth. There's not many of us left out there. Like, he sympathizes and laments seemingly not wanting to kill Ahsoka. Like, if he can spare a Jedi, he's like, there's not many of us out there. Like, but it is the truth. If I have to do what I have to do, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's not something that pleases him. He's not like, his mission isn't to kill Ahsoka or anything like that. His mission is to achieve his goal and to get there unabated. If he can do that without taking out Ahsoka, I get the sense that he wants to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to know their stories. This is a typical 6-episode thing, right? No, 8 episodes. Ah, okay, never mind. I was always under the impression this was going to be just 6 episodes. So I thought we only had 4 more after this. So that's good. We got 6 more episodes to go then. But yeah, I'm curious to see just the trajectory for this, like the adventure we're going to go on. I love the involvement of the star maps, the connections to the dark side, to the Night Sisters, all these little things here, and we're leaving the galaxy. That's a thing that like I know we've always had the primary galaxy that has all these systems in it, and of course the Outer Rim, the unknown regions. I've never been aware of a time, and I could just be maybe misunderstanding the machinations of this, but I've never seen us leave and travel to another galaxy, because the known universe, like the Outer Rim, Inner Rim, all that stuff, that's all I've always understood that to be within the same galaxy. Is that incorrect? Barging past the unknown regions to this galaxy far off where someone's mapped it, but it's this legendary world that was like a Jedi myth, Primidia or whatever, Chlamydia. I don't remember what he said, but I think it was like Primidia or something like that. Again, that doesn't ring a bell to me. So it just makes, again, if that's where Thrawn is, it's like, why, how, what is there? How does that key into everything else? Ooh, there's just like a lot of little mysteries in through here, and I'm really enjoying all of it. Again, I like the aesthetic of the whole thing. I love the armoring for this Inquisitor as well. It very much sets itself apart from the Inquisitors we've seen before. It's got more of like I mentioned, like more of like a knightly, medievally kind of vibe to the way that the pauldrons, the chest plate, and especially the helmet are designed, that I really liked. And it kind of adds in, because I know like what is it? Like Shin, Hati, and was it Baylan, Skoll? So Skoll and Hati are, if I remember right, in Norse mythology, they're the 2 wolves, the sun and the moon. I want to double check that. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, the 2 Norse wolves that are ever chasing the sun and the moon, keeping them in their cycles because they're trying to catch them and consume their light. So I don't know if that's going to be indicative of what they're eventually trying to do here. But again, I don't know. It's nice seeing like Night Sister magic, even very minimally in this in live action. But again, I like the world building in this. I like the way it's catching us all up. I like the way that we're getting back. These 2 episodes very much so work as like a 2-parter, is one really long episode to kind of set the stage, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. These 2 episodes together have set the stage for the adventure. But I liked what we've got so far. Chopper was making me laugh in this whole thing. And I felt like I always kind of got a vibe through context clues, what he was saying and how people interacted with him before, but I don't remember actually being able to tell exactly the words he said like I did in this episode. Like his responses, like everyone he did, I felt like I knew the words he was saying this time around, and I can't remember if I ever had that sensation before. It was just funny. And just his interactions, seeing him in live action, just being the grumpy little shit he always is. But I don't know. I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead is doing a really good job as Hera so far. Natasha Bordizzo is doing a good job at Sabine. I didn't know her name, so I apologize for that. I had to pull it up. And yeah, I think she's doing a really good job, trying to get into these shoes. Now we got her in her armor. I don't know. There's a lot of philosophy and like relationship building that this did that kind of cemented us back into the world and these characters where they're at, and also kind of the overall theme that we're probably going to be diving into with this season. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. But guys, what do you think of these first 2 episodes? What do you think about everything they set the stage for here in this right now? I'd love to hear from you all. So sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, check that out over on Patreon or for Grand Admiral channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny, Share, Ryan, Karen, Yorick, Corey, Scott, Margaret, Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey, Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake and Cheryl, and Eric Official. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But guys, that's it for this video. But before you go, remember, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.